All right. Well, crypto is rocking, in many ways. And I think there are a lot of things that we need to tell our readers and our listeners about how the future in crypto is now, right? Particularly with Uncle Sugar handing out money. All right. Everybody knows and everybody is going to expect those checks on a quarterly basis. So with the printing press whirling as the background music, I will ask a question. How big can all of crypto get? I remember reading an article shown on your screen from a hedge fund called Multicoin Capital in Austin, Texas. This was written close to the absolute bottom of the bear market when the crypto world, was in a state of total despair. Now, it's got a fantastic headline of $100 trillion. That's what their prediction or their imagination told them that crypto assets, the market for crypto assets to go to, okay? Notice I'm not saying that the altcoin that you and your brother decided to buy in your basement. No. All of crypto assets. Specifically, let me read you the last paragraph. Crypto is massively market expansionary. Example, how many people thought Uber's addressable market was just the size of the pre-Uber taxi market? Everybody who took Uber never took a taxi before. So their addressable market was way bigger than anyone thought. Just as the market for crypto is way bigger than anyone thinks. And then second, write the last sentence, crypto will absorb the monetary premium for many non-money assets. What's a non-money asset? Well, how about a Batman cartoon as an NFT? Any non-money assets that act as an inflationary hedge. In other words, what can I buy that will go up and help me pay my bills or feel wealthier when everything else is making me feel poorer? In research, you get paid for imagination. So let's imagine how big crypto can get. This is a chart of Bitcoin market cap weekly. So the number of Bitcoin currently out there times its price. Bitcoin recently made headlines for reaching $1 trillion in market cap. And there were lots of gyrations and a correction around that. And everyone was like, oh my God, it's worth $1 trillion. What are we going to do? When's the bear market coming? When anybody's talking about a bear market, buy. When nobody's talking about a bear market, sell. But we're not there yet. So I took a look at this and I drew some technical analysis and I was like, well, Bitcoin's market cap could 1x from here and go to 1.8 trillion. And if it really goes wild, it could go to 3 trillion. Now, I know that there are a lot of grandiose price predictions out there, and we're actually doing some analytical work to counter some of, the absurd things that are out there. But it's not out of the question to think that Bitcoin can go higher, particularly since our quantitative teams have noted that bigger players are using things called put options to protect against a decline in Bitcoin. That's right. Even the people who own Bitcoin are worried it's going to go down. And one thing you need to remember in bull markets is bull markets climb the wall of worry. So the more people worry, the higher it goes. I know that's a little bit of a brain bender. All right. The market climbs the wall of worry. Speaking of the wall of worry, let's talk Ethereum. For God's sakes, people, it's only got a $175 billion valuation. I'm sorry, roughly 200 billion. I won't do the mathematics of what 200 billion divided by 100 trillion is. It's pretty small compared to that prediction. I'm sure you won't be surprised to know that an ETH maximalist group like us thinks that, ETH market cap could easily go and double to like 360 billion. And I think $600 billion market cap is achievable in this market cycle. Now, let's talk tactical price targets. The old all-time high in ETH was about 1,400. Ethereum broke through that, came back down, paid 1,400 a visit again. It held as support. That is usually a very bullish sign. And when I use diagonal targeting using the work of a guy named William Gann, I'm getting the idea that Ethereum could go to like 2,900 between now and April. Now, this interesting graph comes from our quantitative department. If you look in the bottom right-hand corner, I'll read the graph for you. The Ethereum options market thinks there's less than a 25% chance that Ethereum will be above 2,500 in December, as in ho, 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 Christmas, holiday time. I'm thinking 2,900 by tax day, and the options market, who is climbing the wall of worry along with everyone else, doesn't believe ETH can take out 2,500 by December. In other words, ETH could catch everyone sleeping. The whole crypto market could catch everyone sleeping, thinking that, oh, well, you know, this is over and I'm too late and I missed it. So, oh, well. No, of course not. Our readers will know that I tell everybody every week ad nauseum, you're not too late. You're not too early. You're right on time. Okay. The market doesn't believe ETH can go above 2,500. And I think the market is wrong. Now, there's been a lot of talk about a coin called Cardano. Cardano competes in the Ethereum ecosystem. As far as I know, the number one reason for Cardano to go up is that most people hate it. Sometimes it works that way, right? Cardano is something new. It's about to come online, but it is a long, long, long way from becoming Ethereum. But because people hate it, there were no sellers because no one owned it. So when everybody came in to buy it all at once, it went up. Well, as you can see, I'm not showing the chart of Cardano. I'm showing you the chart of the Cardano of the monetary universe in crypto. It's the chart of Litecoin. I know my boss hates it when I talk about Litecoin, but Litecoin is nothing more than slightly faster Bitcoin with a catchier name. And Bitcoin has obviously done very well because of institutional buying, and Litecoin has done not a whole lot. I think it's time for Litecoin to catch up because I think retail investors who discover what Litecoin is are going to dig it. It's kind of like light beer. This chart shows that Litecoin could easily get to 300. And if there's a big move in this market, like I anticipate, Litecoin could go to 900. In other words, retail could buy Litecoin via PayPal and related apps until it gets to a price that's no longer visually appealing. So don't underestimate what things that are not necessarily popular with like the smart crypto crowd. Don't underestimate what those things can do on the upside, because there are a lot of people who are ringing my phone who are watching this show right now. And one of the first things that they told their friends to buy was Litecoin. They bought Litecoin. It went up 10% in one day. And the next thing you know, they had the crypto bug. So even if you don't like Litecoin, there are lots of things out there like Litecoin that people can buy to get the crypto bug. And outside the world of crypto, there are lots of people who are starting to get the feeling, right? Okay, now let's talk about Polkadot. What's Polkadot? I don't know. Let's call it Web3 using the blockchain. It's kind of like Ethereum, except it has the ability, I don't know, to create multiple different kinds of blockchains, allowing for lots of connectivity and lots of applications. Okay. Here's the catch about Polkadot. It's really cool, but it's conceptual. It's not online yet. Okay. Now, that might mean you go, wait a minute. You mean this is conceptual? It's not there yet it's one of the biggest cryptocurrency projects out there. And I'm like, yes, it is. So even though a lot of people like Polkadot, how do you value something that's theoretical? How do you value something based on cool factor? Or how do you limit the value of something that moves on cool factor? I don't know. You can't limit cool factor, particularly if people really, really get into it. So I'm looking at the chart of Polkadot, and to make a long story short, Polkadot made a consolidation in a square and a consolidation in a triangle. Throughout this bull market, we've seen that type of thing happen, and that's normally what we call a pre-moon setup. So in Polkadot, if it takes out 38, it can go to 50. And if we really get into the FOMO, it can go to 80. 50 probably is more realistic, but you cannot discount a target for Polkadot of 80. Now, let's look at some coins that run on Polkadot, like Polkastarter. What's Polkastarter do? Well, again, it's theoretical. Polkastarter doesn't really exist because Polkadot doesn't exist. Polkastarter, as I understand it, and I'm sure I'll get corrected in the comments if wrong, is like a vehicle for raising money using the Polkadot system. Now, this has gone from $1 to $7 and came back to 3.5. What's it worth? I don't know. It can go up until the last person buys it. So the way I look at the chart is if it takes out 5.3, it could go back to 7. Or if we really get into it, Polkastarter might take off for 11. You might ask, well, why would Polkastarter go to 11? And the question I asked myself when I looked at the chart, honestly, was, well, why not? If no one thinks Ethereum can go up and Ethereum is the real deal, wouldn't it be funny if the theoretical coins like Polkadot and related instruments also took off? So maybe it's like Bitcoin goes, then Ethereum goes, then it's Polkadot that follows. Okay. I'm looking at PHA. Okay. Fala, I believe is the name. And I'm watching these Elliott wave formations where you have it start and then it stops. It starts and then it stops. It starts and then it stops. So it's like winding up the spring, winding up the spring, winding up the spring. I see this across a lot of coins, and this one is in the Polkadot universe. So you can't underestimate not only Polkadot, but the coins in the Polkadot universe to continue higher. Okay. A lot of people may think that this is over, and a lot of them, again, who made money, and they're taking their money and they're selling, and that's good. You should pay yourself when you're right. But I'm noticing that buyers are coming in who want to participate. They're taking it from the profit takers. Now, speaking of profit takers, let's go to NFT. What's an NFT? A non-fungible token. What's a non-fungible token? I don't know. How about your little brother's baseball cards or Pokemon cards virtually, digitally, online, sold as art? Now, this is a chart of Rarible. It's a platform where they sell NFTs or art. I would go back to what Multicoin said about Uber. Obviously, there's a market out there for art. Paintings of famous artists, sculptures. Most people do not buy and sell art, just like most people don't take taxis unless they're going to the airport. Well, what would happen if you opened up the market for art, and art included, I don't know, a video clip of Michael Jordan dunking over Patrick Ewing, or famous basketball players like LeBron James making game-winning shots? Or how about some artist who comes out of nowhere with a unique style and makes an animation and all of a sudden becomes more popular than anyone could imagine? What happens if artists who release music don't have to go through iTunes and can go directly to the public? So on that note, let's look at Rarible. Now, Rarible has gone up a lot. It has gone from nothing to $40. It's making a big move today. And what I would say about this is, if Rarible moves to 41 and it stays above 41, in other words, this move today is not some kind of like emotional, oh my God, I got to have NFTs, they're going up forever. Because mind you, folks, you have to be careful of that, right? Because who makes money in comic books? The comic book stores like Rarible, or the comic book collectors who buy it for $2 or $10 and watch it go to 100 or 1,000 over a period of years? It's the collectors. Now, that said, if people just want into NFTs, even though they've mooned, I want to keep an eye on these charts, because again, if the cryptoverse can expand and tokenize a wide variety of things, real estate, art, etc., these NFTs are going to be the key charts to watch. Okay. Theta, another token, I believe, in the NFT universe, sitting conveniently at a chart point around $7.33 and not really moving away from it. And it has the stop, start thing that we talked about, was a prelude to a bigger move. So if Theta manages to take out $7.33, I don't see any reason why it can't move to 15. Is there an argument NFTs are overbaked? Of course. Of course there is, right? It's Pokemon cards online. I get it. But the thing is, what happens if it continues? What happens if NFTs continue to ramp up? What does that mean for the tokenization of other assets? Excess in one part of the market can lead to expansion of the same concept elsewhere. So how does the, again, the total crypto market cap is about 2 trillion. What's the move? What's the catalyst for the move from 2 to 10 or 2 to 5? It's not just Bitcoin and Ethereum, but it could be the tokenization of other assets. Okay. Chili's, right? Another NFT token that has gone from 10 cents to $1, giving you a 10x. It recently retraced to a key chart point around 60 cents. Now, is it time to take your money and go home? Is it time to pay yourself? If you bought it at 5 cents and it went to $1, probably. But what happens if everybody shows up at 60 cents and wants in? What does that mean for NFTs? What does that mean for crypto? To me, if buyers show up on these NFT charts, even though they've already mooned, it's telling you that the whole crypto market can go up way more than anyone thinks. Let me say that again, way more than anyone thinks. Okay, Mana, Decentraland. Okay, goes way up, starts at 10 cents, goes to $1. What else is new in NFTs, right? But looky here, everyone sells, but when it comes back down, it seems to be finding support around 92 cents, even with the market down today. So if 92 cents holds, there's room to go to $1.05. Now, again, if NFTs are done Who cares, right? I showed you some charts. I took up 10 minutes of your bandwidth. Whatever, right? But what happens if these things get buyers on dips or find buyers on dips even after they've 10x'd? Well, it tells you there's more to the NFT trade, obviously, but it may also give you a much broader idea about crypto itself. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the market update.
Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.